Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you've had a good week trading. I know I certainly have, so thought I'd do a video. I'm trying to do this every week now, so if you guys are familiar with Jason Bond's small account journey, it's something I've started to trade more regularly, especially since the new challenge just started. Unfortunately, the product is no longer on discount. He's put it back to the regular price, which is fairly hefty, although given the potential for profits, it's still actually a pretty fair price in my opinion overall. But I thought I'd give a little bit of a commentary on that. I've been doing Jason Bond's other stuff and Jeff Bishop's bullseye trade stuff every weekend, so I thought every like Friday or Saturday I'd go through my positions on the small account challenge that Jason Bond is running at the moment. Kind of give an idea of like the different ways of playing these, how things are going. Just kind of give you guys an idea of like a real subscriber's like look at the system. So a lot of people will do reviews, but they won't actually even be a member of the service. I'm a member of all the services that I review. I want to point out a couple of things that might be of interest to you before I go into the details of the exact trades that I'm in and I'm doing on the small account journey by Jason Bond. The first thing I want to point out is one of my favorite systems at the moment for many, many reasons, is the system that Lance and I are currently working on. Lance is coming up with the alerts. I've been helping with the other part of the business side of things. If you sign up in the link in the description below, you can get these consistent passive profits alerts, which they're just awesome. They're so low risk. They're not as high return as Jason Bond stuff, but you don't have to monitor them. You can just chill. You can forget they even exist. They make you money passively, and they're one of the best systems I've ever come across. Something I'm always doing. I'm always adding more money to that account. It's something that I really think should be in every trader's arsenal. Even if you're just like looking for a place to put your money to gain some money on it, whilst you're trying to do some crazy other stuff like Jason Bond's small account journey, where you're trying to turn 2,000 into 30,000 or 100,000 like Jason did. So, yeah. So definitely check it out. This link will in the web, like I'll put in the description below. It'll take you to a webinar. It's one that we've already done. We're going to do a fresh webinar soon with new results, new ideas, kind of new sort of teachings, that kind of stuff. But at the moment, this is what we have going. So if you put your email in here, it'll send you to the webinar. You can watch it. You'll get some follow-up emails about how to join for the best possible price, the best deal possible, and join the group, which is rapidly growing, and people are loving this thing. We have only had positive feedback on it, so it's really good. So this is really fantastic. It's selling options. If you're new to selling options, we also have a free selling options course. It's learn how to win 90% of your trades in 90 seconds. Again, this link will be in the description below. Just put in your email. It'll get sent to you. Every day you get an email basically talking about the basics of how to sell options and win like 90, 95, 99% of your trades. With this consistent passive profit stuff, I've never lost a trade. I've done a lot of trades on these now. I know Lance has been doing these since the start of 2022, never lost a trade. We're talking hundreds of trades now. This is a little bit out of date. And so definitely worth learning this skill. Definitely worth learning this skill. So if you don't want to sign up to check out the webinar, at least sign up for the free course. It's totally free. I've seen people charge $1,000 plus for this information, and it's something that everybody should know. Even if it's not something that you're going to use as your main strategy, it's something to add to that toolkit, which will add to that like passive income, which is always good. Anyway, so those things are two things that are definitely worth checking out. Highly recommend them. Honestly, can't recommend them enough. It will really change your life, I promise you. So, I'm going back to Jason Bond. So, Jason Bond has this service, and it is amazing and also terrifying all at the same time. So, it's called Small Account Journey. I'll leave the link for the sign up here, this page right here, in the description below. It's called the small account journey because he takes $2,000 and he tries to turn it into as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And so most of you guys have probably come across this type of thing. The last challenge he did went from $2,000 to $30,000 in the space of 3 months. So imagine how life-changing that would be for a lot of people. $2,000 to $30,000, or if you started with $20,000, you could be at, $60,000. It would be ridiculous. Be just fantastic. So really, really, really interesting way of doing these trades. So you'd be at 300,000, right? You'd go from 20,000 to $300,000. These trades are risky, and I'm going to outline a few. I'm going to talk about the details of the trades that I've been doing personally in my real money accounts to basically discuss these different trades. If you go to the link that's in the description, it'll take you here. It'll show you his current journey, this new journey that just started. So it started a few days ago, or a week ago or so. He's already turned $2,000 into $6,000, which is 224%. He's won all 7 of the trades. And you get all sorts of cool stuff. You get live trading sessions, interactive stuff. He's on the mic all the time, like all day, every day in the chat room talking about this stuff. There's trade alerts that go via email. The service is one of the best I've ever seen. It's amazing. It's really good. The problem comes in the timing, and also the strategy is a slightly bullish strategy. So if you get a strong downturn in the market, things can go bad. So the last journey before he reset went from 2,000 to 31,000, and then it dropped back to $8,000 because we had this downturn in the market marked right here. So this is a daily chart on ES. This whole move all the way down to here really killed things. So Jason was making money all the way up here, and then boom, we got killed all the way down to here. He still made money overall. It was still net positive balance, and now he's built another 2,000 on this move up again to 6,000. So this thing works. It's just hard, and it's scary. And it's one of the reasons that I prefer the consistent passive profit stuff I was talking about earlier with Lance, because it's something that you don't have to worry about the market direction nearly as much. It's much more resilient to market fluctuations than Jason's. However, the returns are smaller, so it's that balance between risk and reward, right? So you are taking a lot more risk with Jason's bullish directional strategies close to the money. Whereas with Lance's stuff at thetatraders.com or the consistent passive profit stuff, you're not going to be as reliant on the market direction, but you're not going to get that huge return that you'd expect for this. So it's kind of like whatever you prefer. And the two can work together, right? You can grow your account rapidly using something like this, small account journey with Jason Bond, and then put that money quickly before you lose it into consistent passive profits with Lance at thetatraders.com. So lots of things to try. Anyway, this is the latest challenge, and I love how transparent he's being. Not many of these services are publishing the way that these guys are. For example, in the Jason Bond small account journey here, he's putting a spreadsheet for every single trade. Hopefully this loads. There we go. So the spreadsheet shows every single trade. You can see as I zoom in. And so there's no hiding. Like, there's no like, oh, is he profitable? Is he not profitable? Right now on this challenge, he's profitable. And this is what I've seen for the last several challenges is the first several trades like this will work really well. And you can see on the right here, this $2,000 starting balance has turned to 6,483. He's mainly trading bull puts, all bull puts, so if you're not sure what those are, Google it. I'm not going to go into it in this video. I'll talk about it very briefly, but basically you sell a put and buy a put at different strike for the same expiration. And so you win basically if the stock goes slightly up and stays away from the spread. So he does mainly Meta, Tesla, you can see this, and then NVDA here. So here's part of the problem is, first of all, it's very active. So if you're not like a crackhead day trader, you might struggle to get some of these trades. And that's what I've been finding. So you can see like this one, let's see, if you miss the entry for one, you might not get in it. You might not get like this one. Maybe you get in this one, but you don't have a day trading pattern, day trading rule thing. So you can't do it or whatever. So it's actually more difficult than you'd expect to replicate every single trade that he does, but it's not impossible. For me, I'm already up significantly. I'll show you my results in a second. Just from the fact that you can pick out, you know, ones that have maybe dipped a little bit or whatnot. So this is what he's currently at. I think it's fantastic. I think he's doing really well. I hope that NVDA isn't going to be the killer, and that's definitely something that we have to worry about a little bit. I've started my spreadsheet here. It's kind of not formatted or anything. I've only taken 3 trades in this recent round. I took trade number 3 on the spreadsheet there, which was this one. So Tesla. right here. I did really well on it. I didn't get in at the same time as him, but I got in at a place that I was happy with. I have a very busy life, so I don't always get the trades that I hope to get, but I do the best I can. So just close some of these tabs. Again, the link to join this will be in the description below under small account journey subscription or something like that. So yeah, basically I started with $3,600. The first trade I made $1,110, which brought me to $4,710 using that one that I just showed you. Then I did Meta, which was cool. Got 925 on that, brought me to 565, which is trade 7 on the SAG sheet, which hopefully makes sense. So trade 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one right here. So I actually did better on that because I got in a different time. And now I'm in NVDA. This is where it could go bad. So this is what I wanted to talk about if I can. So this is why these trades are so crazy and so stressful. Let me just clear this sheet right here. Clear drawing set. I'm going to do 5 days, 5 minutes. All right. So if we go here, Jason took a trade which basically is a sold put at 485 and 480 is the buy. So if we go to here and we mark on here 485 and then 480. So, but roughly closely enough, right? So, if we go to here, he entered this. If you look at the entry right here, 831. So, go to here. All right. So he entered on this day right here, and so you can see like the spread. This is where you don't want it to be, right? This is where you want it to be above. It's doing all right. It was hovering there, and unfortunately today, like it was gapping up, and we're thinking, all right, cool, we're gonna make some money on NVDA today. This is gonna be a 30% day. This is gonna be great. But it immediately tanked, and already we're inside the width of the spread. Now, if you know about these, and I'm not an expert on these yet, and I've done some of them, and it's not a good idea. When you're inside these, you're generally sitting at a loss. So currently I'm at a $400 loss on this. Even though I waited to buy this after Jason. So I think I'm at like a better price than he is. But the fact that we're flirting with the spread width is bad, and especially bad is if you beat down through this bottom put. So this 480 put. So you buy the 480 NVDA put. That's the max loss line, right? So if you start to break down through here, you're starting to look at max loss as soon as you get here. So we were close to max loss already today, and it's only day 2. Now this thing doesn't expire for a while, so it doesn't expire until, let's see when the expiration is. Expires on the 8th of September, which is interesting because that is the day that my daughter is due to be born. So total coincidence, but that's interesting. So we'll see see how that works out. So till next Friday, and that's how long we have. And as long as we stay above that, at least as long as we close above that spread, that level, these two levels, by the time that comes around, so if we zoom out, we can kind of get a better idea. We need to start bouncing back up here and away from this zone right here. If we break this zone, then we're screwed. As long like that's when max loss starts to happen. So we want to see this line hold, and it's really holding that top line, and see this bounce next week. Otherwise, what could happen with this whole small account journey again is we have these huge winners all the way from 2,000 to 6,400, but then we could give it all back on this one NVDA trade. So that's what I'm hoping is not going to happen. And so part of me wants to stop out. because if I stop out now, I'm still up several $1,000s, and I can reset. Part of me wants to just follow Jason, see how these things actually play out. And it's a bit late now. The markets are closed. I'm down $400. That's a small amount compared to my winnings, as you can see on the spreadsheet I showed you, though. So, for example, here, if I did close this out for a $400 loss, I'd still have made $2,000 or nearly $2,000. So, overall in this challenge, which is fantastic. It's 100%, or it's a decent amount of money, 50%, 80%, something like that on my money. So I want to do these videos as much as I can because I know people are interested. I think it'll help people. It'll get the conversation going. It'll help people maybe think more about how they're doing these trades and whether they can do better than Jason does or worse. The people I know that really, really love Small Account Journey are the ones that do their own thing. So they base it on what Jason's coming out with, so they let him do all the due diligence, but then they change the strikes, so they make it less crazy. Like, they make it so they're not going to make 50% on each trade, they might make 20%. Or they make it just like a little bit safer in some way. So definitely something worth thinking about if you sign up for this. I highly recommend it. I think it's an amazing service. I think Jason gives it his all. It has a ton of stuff. It has a great chat room. There's a watch list. He talks about his strategies in detail. So there's tons of stuff, all his details that you'd ever need to know about how he does this. For me, the flirting with the strike prices is hard to stomach, given that on the stuff that I do with Lance and datatraders.com is so different that it's hard for me when I see something flirting like this with a potential max loss. Because, for example, in Theta Traders, I might sell something at 3,900. So I actually have something marked here. That's one of the things I have. So this thing has to drop all the way to here before things get exciting, So it's so different. It's just such a different world. So if you want to take a shift away from really stressful, like non-stop flirting with potential massive profit, massive loss, which you need if you want to build a small account fast, you need that type of trading style. It's not a bad style. You need it. But if you don't need it and you just want to make 3, 4, 5, 6% a month with almost no work and no stress whatsoever, check out the Consistent Passive Profits webinar that I'll link in the description below. I think you'll be blown away with the results that people are having from it. Be pretty good. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.